Hello, everybody. Welcome. Good evening. Today is November 13th, 2024, at least for about another half hour. It's late. Um, I'm here to talk to you about cross stitch, what I was able to work on today, kind of what has transpired in my day today, and maybe a little bit of plans for just what's going to happen the rest of the week so you know what you got coming. I started out this morning with working on my bingo call, which was for my whip of choice. And I had started a new project recently for my sister, Stephanie, and in hopes that I can get it done in time for next year. And I decided to keep stitching on that today. So I put some more stitches in that for bingo, but not enough to really make a big difference. And rather than make Stephanie look away and all that, I'm going to wait until I have a little more progress on it, and I'll share it with you again. But as soon as I finished those bingo stitches, I knew I could stitch on anything I wanted to. But I felt like it was time to go back and pick up my 3 months to the finish line, because I hadn't worked on my final piece that I have to work on that's in the 3 months to the finish line game. This was my last one. So I picked up my Christmas parade, and when you saw it last, I had done this section here with the little bunny rabbit. From top to bottom, that was done. What I had left was this, from this little heart all the way down to the deer. That's what I had left. So today, I put in 828 stitches in this thing, and I finished it. So this is my Christmas parade. I love it. This is by Cottage Garden Samplings, and this is not the call for fabric. The call for fabric is a gray, but mine is more of a blue gray. It's almost like a winter sky. And it's got sparkles in it, which to me looks like the little stars in the night. There's no snowflakes falling down in the pattern, but when you look at this fabric, it almost looks like a snowy sky. But I think it's got some beautiful, beautiful hearts, motifs in it. My friend was here today stitching. Two of my friends were here today stitching, Lynn and Juliana. And one of them said, those animals look kind of snooty. Well, they do have their noses up in the air, but I don't think it's because they're being snooty. I think it's because they're nodding their heads to the music that Santa's playing on that bell. And I think they're doing in time with it. That's what I picture when I see them. But I think they're precious little animals. Just so cute. And I'm just tickled to death to be finished with it. Now, you may notice there's no border at the bottom. There is one in the pattern. But I didn't particularly like it because, to me, what makes sense to me is that should be the ground. And the ground would not be perfectly shaped like that, so even across. I know it's a border, like this is a decorative border up here. But I just didn't care for it. And their feet are not touching it. So it's not like meant to be the ground. They're not walking on it. So I've left it off. I feel like there's enough white in this, and I'm just going to let my mat that I use, if I've mat it, be what they walk on. I'll mat it right up to their feet. So that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, this is Christmas Parade by Cottage Garden Samplings, and it is now finished. And that means I finished my game. I don't have any more pieces in my 3 months to the finish line to work on. And since we're about to head on a big trip, I'm not going to pull any more into the game and say, okay, I'll substitute these and do them till the end of the year. I could have, but I'm not going to, because we're going to spend so much time traveling in the next little bit, not too far from now. So this one will not be making the trip with me. It's going to get to stay here, which will be wonderful. So now I have to go find another substitute on my bingo board, because Christmas Parade is on there and hasn't been called yet. So I will put something else on there, and I'll notify the group of that. It's not called for tomorrow. Tomorrow's call is Summer Treats. And I'll put about 100 stitches in it and put it away, and then I can pull out something else I want to put more stitches into. and work on that. Possibly my temperature tree, we'll see. Okay, I mentioned that my friends were here, Juliana and Lynn, and we stitched all morning, and Juliana helped me get my printer hooked up to my new computer, and we just had a lovely day. We had an Italian meal for lunch. We went out to eat together, and it was just fabulous. It was fabulous. I enjoy so much having people come stitch with me. It's just such a privilege. And then this evening, my husband and I had choir practice. And then I got a phone call from my son. It's just been a wonderful day. And then I had to finish. It's just been great. I can't tell you what a wonderful Wednesday I've had. Tomorrow, after I do my stitching, I think my husband and I are going to go out and do a little bit of shopping for our trip. And then I'll be back. And I think we're going to try to watch Survivor together. So it'd be sort of a hubby day tomorrow. I may not do much more stitching than that. But this weekend, I'm looking forward to my friend Donna coming up, and I'm hoping that she'll agree to film with me as a guest on my channel. I know you guys enjoy seeing her so much, and she has a big finish to share, and I asked her to come and share it because you guys have been watching her and following her progress on this project. So fingers crossed we'll get that worked out. In the meantime, I hope you guys are still getting time to stitch. I know the holiday season is coming fast and furious. Hobby Lobby's patterns at the checkout seem to be getting, really, really backed up in their line, and they seem to be much more crowded in the parking lot when I go by there. So I know people are out shopping. I did start putting up my Christmas decorations. This week, I have swapped all my cross-stitch pictures in the house that I swap out for the seasonal stuff, and I've got Christmas up now. And I changed and put Christmas up on my picture railings over here in part of my stitching room. And I'll probably, when I get my tree up, I've got my furniture rearranged. My husband did that for me, and so I have a spot to put my Christmas tree. And once I get my tree up and decorated, I'll go around and do a little video for you and let you see what I put out this year. I try to change it up every year. I try to do something a little different, use different pieces in different places, or even swap out pieces. I don't use everything I have every year. So it gives me variety and makes it fun to say, what am I going to use this year? What am I going to do? So it keeps it fresh for me. I enjoy that. But I am decorating a little early, I know. But we're going to be gone. And when I come home, I want it to be Christmas. I want to have all my decorations up and be ready. I don't want to have to come home and do all that and only have it up for a couple of weeks, So I am going to enjoy it early. Well, I hope, as I said, that you're getting time to stitch. That'll get harder and harder for some of us as holidays approach and we have a lot of activities to do. But I hope you do get some time to spend time in your hobby that you love. And until we get to talk again, I will wish you happy stitching. Good night, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is November 15th. It is a Friday, and I am here to tell you about my stitching over the last couple of days. Yesterday was a busy day. My husband and I went shopping for our trip. We had a few things we needed to pick up. We went out to lunch, we did some errands, and we were gone until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we got home and we had some things to do here at the house. Just lots of little things that we had been putting off that we needed to do. And just daily stuff, pay bills, take out the trash, all kinds of little stuff. Take Coco on a nice walk. Anyway, we settled in yesterday. We watched our Survivor on streaming, and then it was time for me to settle down and stitch my bingo stitching. I didn't get started on doing that until almost 8 o'clock, but I kept at it and I got it done. But I didn't do as many stitches as I probably would have had I been able to stitch more yesterday, but that's okay. We have days when we can't stitch a lot, and that's okay, right? That's just part of life. But yesterday I my bingo call was for summer treats, and I put in 156 stitches in summer treats. And what I got done was this bottom portion of this ice cream cart. 2 colors. I'm not sure you can see the white well yet because it's not back stitched, but anyway, I got 2 colors in that. So that was more than enough for my bingo. I just wanted to finish out the bottom of that cart, so I just kept on stitching until I did. And then this morning I got to talk to my sister Stephanie, and after that I looked up the bingo call, and it was Autumn in the Village. So I pulled out my Autumn in the Village, and I had to stitch a little bit more on it because it's in my daily 30 group. So I needed a minimum of 300 stitches. So I've just taken my needle and put it away because my husband and I are going to eat fish for dinner tonight. And so I don't like to cook fish at home, unless I'm sauteing it, you know, because of how messy it is. But we have a really favorite fish place we're going to go have dinner tonight. So we're getting ready to go, and I wanted to share my Autumn in the Village with you. I had originally thought that the next time I worked on it, I would backstitch this house, but needing 300 stitches and having to count backstitching 2 stitches for 1 cross stitch, I decided not to do that today. I needed too many stitches. So I came over here and I finished this little house. It had the, you can see the barber pole there, the red and white striped barber pole. You'll be able to see it better when I can outline it. And then this is the edge of the next house. And so I've done almost the whole doorway there on the next house. But this represents 320 stitches in Autumn in the Village. So a little progress on that today, which was great. I'm really happy about that. So that's about it today. I spent a good deal of time this morning pulling together my clothes and everything I'm going to need to pack for our trip. Yes, I have a week before that happens, but I needed to know, do I need to purchase anything? Do I need to go pick up any shampoos or, you know, knee-high stockings or whatever? You know, I just have to see that I have everything I need. And I have been setting aside my clothes as to what I want to take with me, and then I felt like I had too many, and I pared it back. And so today I looked in there again, and I rearranged some things. And so I think I've just about got it where I'm going to keep it. And so that's a good, big progress for me, which will be great. So I've had my stitching for the day for my bingo call. Now, my husband and I like to watch Matlock, and so we're going to go eat fish, and then we're going to watch Matlock tonight. And we may even watch an episode of the British Baking show. So I could very well not be back up here tonight, which is okay because I have a whole day of stitching tomorrow with my friend Donna. But I will come up here and get everything ready for that as to what I'm going to stitch on. I have to check and see what my bingo call is going to be, because I definitely, you know, will want to stitch that in the morning before my friend gets here, so that I'm free to stitch on whatever I want to the rest of the day. So that's my progress for today. My husband took a walk with some friends of his from church this morning, and he took Coco with him. So I had a reprieve from getting out in the cold this morning. That was wonderful. But I'm sure we'll walk her again as soon as we get through with dinner. And then we'll settle in and watch a little TV. It'll be a lovely family night. I'm excited about that. I do hope that you are getting a lot of stitching this week. Hoping that you'll go into the weekend getting a lot of stitching. And I certainly hope that I get some. And I'm planning on it. Anyway, I'll be here to share it with you as soon as the weekend is over. In the meantime, everybody, happy stitching. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. My friend Donna is here with me today. I had mentioned earlier that I hoped we would get to film together, and we are, so I'm excited about that. But Donna has a lot to share with you, so I'm going to let her get started and show you what she's been up to.
Okay. I wasn't expecting to go first. I've had some finishes. Okay, so this is Pumpkin Sampler. Yeah, that's the name of it. And this, okay, so I had to really dig for this pattern. It's a 2002 pattern, and I dug it out of my stash.
Awesome.
So I completed that.
I love it on that gingham check kind of fabric. It just looks so different.
That was the called for fabric, and the only thing I changed was the alphabet color because they had it in a brown color, and I wanted some more blue color in it.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay, so this was an exclusive pattern when we went to GaRon in September to that retreat. This is called Ghost Pumpkin, and it was by LaDeDa, I believe. LaDeDa. And I changed on that one. I changed it from the solid white face to a overdye by Cottage
garden samplings. The Cottage garden threads.
Yes.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I like the look of the pumpkin. I like the fact that it looks more like a ghost. Transparent more than bright white.
Oh, and I also changed the fabric.
Yes. I like that fabric. It's pretty.
Okay. And then the big finale.
Your big finish. This is why Donna got to finish those two.
So I've got to stitch on something else. I finally finished my Hawkrun Hollow farm. And it's going to take both of us.
Yep. We'll have to hold it back here to let you see the whole thing, and then we'll do a close-up.
So it is finally complete. And I sat here and I noticed I forgot to put the rein here on the horse to the person. But that's why I didn't want to run it to the framer. Because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Yeah, let it sit for a few minutes and let you see it. So you changed quite a bit on this. You want to start on this side?
So on the top one here, it's supposed to say Hawkrun Hollow Farm or something like that. I put McGaha because that is my mother's maiden name. So I basically did this from my grandparents. Okay. Oh, and of course, I have some little cow patties up here. Because, you know, there's a farm. You got to have that. Let's see.
What about
this one? Apple butter.
Apple butter.
I put my mom on because she's always made us apple butter. We have had apple butter and applesauce homemade all the time.
Trying to put something behind it so you can see it. There you go.
Okay. Okay, so this one down here with the tree. That one is, my grandpa was a coon hunter. You know, that's all he ever did on the weekends was go coon hunting. So I made a little raccoon face, and then I have his little coon dog over here looking for that coon.
Peeking around the tree.
So I used bits and pieces of different patterns to get that.
And you did that yourself. That the raccoon, is that 1/1?
Yeah.
And the dog.
The 1/1's on the raccoon. The dog is over 2.
Is over 2. Okay, but to get the little raccoon face small, you did 1/1.
Because it was it got overbeared.
Yeah.
Let's see what's next, Dena. Here, I changed my weeping willow because I didn't like the way it
was charted.
It was charted, so I changed it.
It had branches from what I remember you showing me. It had branches coming down off this main branch, and then all the greenery was hanging off of it. And it just looked kind of weird because when you look at a weeping willow, what you see is all the green hanging down. You don't really see the branches.
So I just said I'm going to change it to what I like.
Yeah.
And then over here in my chicken coop, I put my little fox. And then on the church down here,
raise it up a little. There we go.
Let's see. The from where my mom's family's from, they are known for their white squirrels. So I changed this to a white squirrel instead of like a brown squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was it. I just changed bits and pieces on it. I didn't put the spittoon.
I was looking for that. I was going to ask if you did.
Everybody wants me to put a spittoon down here.
I think it's got enough.
But yeah.
You know, I love it. It's beautiful. What an epic piece. Now, this is going to be a family heirloom, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because your son's going to get it.
One of my two sons, they're fighting over it. And I said, I don't care who gets it. I'm not doing a second one. You guys are going to have to share it.
They'll have to have joint custody.
Yes.
Swap it back and forth.
Yes. So since I've got this done, I've just been like a mad little fool stitching.
It was so funny when Donna told me she had finished her hawk run. I thought that was epic enough. And then the next thing you know, like the next day, I have another finish. She finished one of these others. And then I have another finish.
And I've got almost another finish now.
Yeah, she's got another one she can show you that she's currently working on.
So my current one is by Big Creek. And this is called Seasons of Change Row. So this is what it looks like. And I'm pretty much doing this of the called for colors as far as what
the
it's
color
calls.
palette.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't
now,
have
is
much
there going to be
do.
something in here?
There's a snowman in there.
Okay, there'll be a snowman in here.
Yeah, and then I got to finish the house here. And then this is the lighthouse. And then I have this over here, which is a fall tree.
Okay, so you're kind of doing a color completion as you go, sort of doing all the letters across now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that looks good.
So I'm just about done with this one. So I may have it done this weekend. It depends.
It depends. Depends on how much time you get.
Yes.
To stitch.
So.
All right. Well, I'll have to ask Stephanie to look away now. Stephanie, look away if you will. I'm going to show a little bit of progress on my gift for her. This is what I'm working on, just to remind you of what it looks like. And I'm working away on it, and all I've been able to add so far is this side over here. But that little motif is half done. So I think it's going to be really cute on this fabric. I like the play on words. So that's one that I've been working on that I hadn't shown you. And then we thought we would tell you a little bit about plans for next year, as far as Donna is also in the chat group with me, the Determined Stitchers group. And I had mentioned before, you know, that we had yearly goals for that. And so I asked Donna if she would share her yearly goals, what she had come up with for that as well, since I had shared mine with you. So you want to?
Mine keeps changing because of friends. Let me tell you, we had a Zoom call the other night with a couple of other friends, and they managed to get me involved in another 12-day stocking thing. And I'm like, so I had to go online and order it that night so I could have it, the pattern and the fabric.
And the fabric getting ready to go. This was one of my goals, to start one of these every month. I didn't even say I had to finish it. I just have to start it every month. And this is the fabric I'm doing mine on. It's a Picture This Plus Lugana. It's called Dusk. And I think I could see that better than jet black. So that's what I'm doing my little stocking on.
Did you get just a fat quarter?
I got 2 of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, I ordered a half a yard.
I got 2 fat quarters. Because I had one in my stash, and I just went back and got another one. So we arm twisted Donna into doing that with us. So to make it work well for her, she put it in her her goals for the determined stitchers as well.
Yes.
What else did you have on there?
Okay, I'm going to make Dena and Dee happy here. I put down, I was going to fully finish one project per week.
Wow.
So now that doesn't mean it could be framed, meaning I can take it to the framers.
That counts, yeah.
Or I do it myself or send it off. Because then it's fully finished, right? Yeah. I didn't say I was going to fully finish.
The goal is one object per week.
Yeah, okay. One object per week is going to be done. I may do 4 of them at one time, but it counts, right? 4 weeks, so.
Yeah. We have to give our progress report once a month to the group. So as long as we can tell them what we've done that month, we're good. We're golden.
The other thing I put down to finish Death by Cross Stitch, I'm about halfway done now, but I may move that back to about $500 500 stitches a month.
I like that. That's what I'm doing.
Because I think that would be easier for me to
calculate.
Yeah. Then, of course, I put down, the stockings is going to be part of this. But I put down 1 ornament berry, now stocking per month. And I mean, start it and finish it.
Okay.
So it's complete. The other thing, so that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, my 4th thing was I have started Prairie Schooler ABCs. It's a humongous piece. And all I've said is I'm going to work on it. I haven't put any stitch count on it yet. Because if you've seen it, they're like full coverage blocks. So I have not decided if I'm going to say, I'm going to do 1 block every 3 months. That may be what I do. Because it's going to be a long project. Right. And then I have Christmas Parade, which is barely started. Yeah. I want to get it for that. Dena just finished that one. Yes. Yeah.
I did.
And
we started it together at a retreat.
Yes.
6 of us started it.
I'm probably the one least along.
Yeah.
So I said I'm going to make that one of my goals to finish next year, but I've already started to make changes in my head on what I'm going to do.
Well, let's tell them one of them. Hold on.
So one of them
right here.
I should have told Dena this.
All right, tell them what you're going to change. This is
the picture of it. So it's this little dude right here. I think he'd be really cute as a little skunk. Just flip-flop some colors here.
Yep, put that white stripe down his back.
But I don't know why, but he looks like a skunk to me.
That's
instead of a squirrel, I think what it is.
Yeah, it's a squirrel. And you're going to make him a skunk.
Are you
going to change anything else?
I don't know yet. You never know.
I know. Yeah, you never know with Donna.
It'll hit me, and then I'll say, "Oh, look, I'm going to change this again."
Right.
Now, Dena put hers on a sparkly fabric, and mine's not sparkly.
Yeah, mine's sparkly. And then I left the white off at the bottom. I mentioned that on the video before, but I hadn't shown Donna that. But when I looked at it, it's got they're just a very regimented little shape across the bottom that's perfect. It's not flat like a ground. It's not slanted with heels in it like a ground. And when you look at their feet were not touching it. So it was really just meant to be a border. It wasn't meant to be the ground. And so I think I'm going to leave it and let my mat hit their feet. Well, you
can't because you're seeing his feet are above the other ones.
Well, that's true. I could put it right here, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're different. I put them right where they have them on the pattern, but they are at different places. So anyway, mine's done, and so you're going to put yours out there for next year. To get it finished.
And no telling what else I'll throw in there. Because I get all sorts of help of people pulling me this way. And we have another planning meeting here at noon.
Yes.
With the magazine monthly group. And no telling
what that'll come up with. Yeah.
It'll bring some more things out.
Well, in our last planning meeting, I mentioned this in a prior segment when I was just talking to you guys. how we came up with the fact that we were going to do Jessie Marie's British Bake Off, competition, or as the stitching game. And so we were talking about that. I asked the ladies in the Zoom call if anybody watched that, and everybody watched it but Donna. Donna has no clue what we're talking about. She's not seen the show. So now we've got her convinced she's got to watch it because she's got to play the game with us. So now we have to come up with 12 of our projects. Can be whips or new starts, whatever we want, but we have to list them 1 through 12, and then we have to have 3 alternates, because the way we're finishing things, we could conceivably finish one of our projects before the person that project gets paired with gets voted off. So we have to have an alternate to pull in. So we have to get that ready. We're going to finalize our game in January, and we're going to go back and do an older show. And so that'll be another thing we do. And that is a total, if everything happens, if there's a handshake, a star baker, someone gets voted to go home or sent home, each of those have stitches assigned to them. And the total stitches we're working toward is 500 a week if everything happens.
500 a week, people.
Yeah, 500 a week.
That could be what we have to stitch.
That could be the whole week. I mean, that's okay. So I've got my list almost prepared. I think I'm almost ready with it. But we have to have that ready in January for the group. We're going to share that with the group. So that'll be a fun thing. We'll try it out, see if we like it. If you guys want to do that yourself, feel free to do that. And I designed a form for me for easy tracking, so that as I'm watching the show, I can just fill in the names of who gets what. And I've sent it to the group in case anybody else wants to use it. But that way I just keep it by the TV and I'll just watch it and fill it in. And then I can go back and see which things I have to stitch on.
And that's hitting all our other things that we were included in, because we're in like 3 groups, 4 groups.
Yeah, we're in monthly magazine challenge group where we have an acrostic. We do the 24 hours of cross stitch. We do an acrostic. And the daily 30 group, we do a minimum of the acrostic, which is the one that requires 300 stitches. And it's usually a long acrostic.
Yes.
And then there are bi-weekly challenges in there too, that little stories that have prompts that you can stitch for. And we read those, and many times we do those as well. And you can double dip between different groups, like do one stitching and let it count for more than one acrostic. We try to do that as much as possible so that we can participate in more. But you can't double dip in the same Facebook group. So when you're doing the acrostic for daily 30, you cannot use that same stitching. You can use the same project, but you have to do new stitches in it. So you can't use that same stitching for your weeklies. It has to be new. Makes you put more stitches in.
Oh, definitely makes you put more stitches.
It really does. I was talking to a stitcher you haven't met yet, but you're going to meet in January, Carla. Yes. From Alabama. And I was talking with her yesterday, and she said she joined the Daily 30 group last year and started doing the acrostic that requires 300 stitches and a couple of the bi-weekly things. And she went back and looked. She compared this year through this month, through the end of October, to last year through the end of October, how many stitches she had done. And she's doubled her stitching.
Oh, yeah. It makes
just
you
doing the acrostic.
Stitches.
So it really is a motivator. If you're wondering if you would like to do it, give it a shot. And if you don't get the whole thing done, that's okay. Just whatever you want to do, whatever you have time to do is okay.
Right, because I model stitch
a lot.
Yeah, and so I have to take breaks from it.
Yeah,
I just don't go in and do it because, of course, I can't show the model as I'm stitching it, or I'd use it, but
you can't post it out there for anybody to see
because it's not mine to post. I have to wait for the designer to post it. But that's what I was doing, that trying to finish Hawk Rome. I had to get, that's why I didn't have this done a few weeks earlier, because I was doing a model stitch. That has been shown now.
Can you tell what it was now?
It's from Bess Seal from Summer House Stitchworks. She's made these little ribbons to go around like little pillows. And Kathy from Hands On Design has made another set as well. And they go so well together. But they have them out there on the internet right now. I know they both put on Instagram and they both put in Facebooks. And they should be going to shops this week, I believe, is what they said.
They're beautiful.
I'm definitely going to be making a set of all of them. So that may be... And they're not hard to do. They're just time consuming. Because they're only about an inch wide, but they're about 15 inches long.
Wow.
And so it was really funny because we went on this last retreat and I was sitting over there and I was like, okay, nobody look. And I'm trying to stitch on it. And I got flustered because I was working the white on
ribbon, the
white ribbon. And it was so hard to see it. And everybody talking, I couldn't concentrate. So I had to finally just put it up and I just came home and finished it that week. But I definitely like that one. And I know Nashville's coming up and she's already hit me to start another one. Another model probably next month is what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Because she's got to get it back and finished photos and all that.
Yeah, for Nashville.
So
Donna, that's one of the reasons it takes Donna a little bit longer sometimes to finish big projects like this, because they're groups of time, just big blocks of time where she's model stitching and can't, she's going to get that done on time. So she puts her own stitching away to do that.
Because, I make Thursday first focus instead of my own. We've got WhipGo too. I'm going to try it this year.
Okay, we got WhipGo as well. Yep. I've got my WhipGo board ready. I've shared that with you guys a little bit. I have some of it very generic that just says like a Christmas whip or an autumn whip or a spring whip. And then others I have specific things that I want to make sure I work on. I put the actual name of the project in there. So it's a blend of that. So we'll have that. And then I've already told them about my new starts for next year, about the series that I want to do, and then the extra 12 for the year. So got plenty of new starts for next year. Was talking with Carla again. Donna and I will be seeing her in January. She has rented a house and has invited us to come and stitch with them. She and several of her friends. And so we're excited about that. And we were talking about, she's got activities planned for every day, games to play. And one of the activities we may do is the 3 starts in 3 hours, like we did at the New Jersey retreat. I think it's before you can get there.
Oh, thank goodness.
So I looked at my January plans and I had 3 starts slated in what I've already planned and what I've allocated. And so those are the 3 I'll be taking, and I'll get them started all at once.
And she wants 3 fun facts. And I'm like, 3 fun facts? Oh my gosh. What 3 fun facts can I give them? I like to enable people.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then I just sort of back off.
Yeah. And watch it happen. Well, you got caught doing that this time.
Yeah, I got caught doing that.
See, we were talking about doing these stockings because Lori and I had both decided independently we were going to do those. And when we realized that we had it in common, we started talking about it and showing it. And Dee, who was on the call with us, got really tempted to do it. And so Donna throws in and says, you should do it, Dee, you should do it, you should do it. And she talks Dee into saying she's going to do it. And then Dee looks over at Donna on the screen and says, I'm not doing it if you don't do it with me.
Yeah.
That's how Donna got pulled in.
So she should have her stuff today, hopefully.
Hopefully. We'll have everything that we need. She's picking it up, I think, at her stitching meetup.
And so, so I got mine yesterday.
So you're ready. No excuses.
Yeah, I just got to pull threads.
Got to pull threads.
And don't change anything.
Yeah. Well, I think they're pretty. They look really pretty. I like the color palette. So they're pretty set.
And there's not much in it. It's all DMC too.
It's all DMC. And they're small. These are small stockings. The picture makes them look really big, but they're real tiny. And you don't even have to make them like a stocking open. You stitch them closed. So they're an ornament only. You don't have to make them open if you don't want to. They've got them. You may, because you may want to put things in them on your tree.
You never know what I may do.
I know.
Oh yeah, we're doing the sweaters.
Yes, and Donna and I had the Noel and blue pattern, and I've got one sweater done, and on my plans for next year, I said I was going to do the other three. Well, Donna ordered the red sweaters, and now she's going to do the red, and then we're going to swap patterns and each have a set in both colors. So that's for next year too.
And there's a woodland set too. We may have to get.
We don't have that one yet
because that'll give us 12.
That's cute. See, that'll be all for a small tree. You could do the whole tree in that.
And I'm really a Grinch. Cute. Okay. I don't put up a tree because it's just me, and I'm never at home for Christmas, so it's like I don't put one up. But my friend here bought me a little Grinch so I could take to work, and I can have a Grinch office.
It's because her coworker started teasing her, calling her a Grinch because she wouldn't decorate anything for Christmas. So, I thought, why not? Let's just go with it.
So this year I'm going to be the Grinch room. My office is going to be the Grinch room. So
you got your Grinch ready.
And I may have to go buy some more things.
Oh, they're so cute. They've still got more at Hobby Lobby. I got that one at Hobby Lobby. But, anyway. Well, it has been great catching up with you and letting you show what you've been working on. I'm so delighted that you were willing to share that with everybody. I know they were following your work on Hawk Run, and they were loving it. It's just beautiful. Now yours, is this 46 count?
36 count.
36 count.
On Country Mocha.
Country Mocha. You can see it's a nice size. Mine is going to be huge. Mine's on 28 count, and it's going to be massive when I get through with it. So I don't have a clue where I'll wind up putting it. But the colors match my By the Bay stuff, so it may wind up in the living room.
Right there by
that window. I have enough height there. It could probably go there.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll figure out where to put it. It's on my list for next year to finish. And I have 6 squares to finish. And I've started on one of them.
I think you could do it.
I think I can do it. My goal is, it's one of my annual goals for the Determined Stitchers. And I've got on there half a square a month.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I can do a whole block a month, that I'll be ahead. But I'm going to hope for half of one every month. Because it's dense. These are dense blocks. So, anyway. Okay. Do you have anything else you need to
Nope. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
If I don't see anybody before then.
And then hopefully, after I get back from my trip, maybe Donna and I can get back together and show you some Christmas stitching that we're working on.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, because we both love Christmas, so we'll show you what we've been doing.
Oh, yes. I have Christmas stuff to do.
All right. Everybody have a great weekend. We're going to get ready for our Zoom call, and then we're going to have lunch together, and we're going to stitch this afternoon. So I hope you have a great day of stitching. Happy stitching, everybody. Bye. Bye. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. It is Sunday, November 17th, and I want to talk to you about my stitching from today. It's been a great day of stitching. I had a call on my bingo board for today that was Shakespeare's Fairies. This was a new start. I have stitched very little on it, just actually what has been called in bingos or bringos or acrostics, prompts, that sort of thing. And I'll usually only do that once a month. So it's not making fast progress. And that's okay, because it's one of my big Mirabilias, and I'm not focusing on it until I finish some of my other ones over there that I've been working on for a long time. So I did work on it for my prompt today, and I went ahead and stitched more than 100 stitches because I wanted to run out the strand of floss I was working with. So I put in 189 stitches, and you might be able to see part of it, but it's this kind of a bluish gray color surrounding that lantern there, that paper lantern. And it's it was the next color going around where I started. I'm just kind of working my way out. The page break is right here. And so I'm working my way this way, and I'll probably work over this way and up and get this side, you know, maybe done on that page before I start working over here. That's kind of my thought process anyway. So there you have that. So I posted that in my bingo game. And then I decided, what do I want to stitch on? And knowing that I'm going to be traveling, I'm only going to take things with me that I'm working with on Q-Snaps. And so all of my roller frame projects will be staying home. And because of that, I have decided that I'm going to try to work after I do my bingo stitching every day. I'm going to try to pull out one of my roller frame projects and just put some more stitches in it, getting it ready for next year. So today was Christmas Eve. I'm in the Christmas spirit. My husband bought us a new Christmas tree today or yesterday, and today we got a stand for it, and so I should be able to put it up tomorrow. And so I was in the Christmas mood, and this is the closest thing to a Christmas tree you'll get to. So I pulled her out, and I decided that I was going to use her for an acrostic. I hadn't planned on using her for this letter because the letter is O. And it's not in her title, it's not in the designer's name, so I had to go for an object in the project itself. So my object are the ornaments that are on her skirt, and there really are ornaments on her skirt, just like a Christmas tree. So today I stitched 331 stitches in her dress, and I'm going to walk you through a little bit of what I stitched because it's all over the place. You may notice, if you've been looking at this for very long, that these beautiful ribbons look a lot fuller because there are 3 GaRon water lilies in there now that weren't in there before. So there's a really dark red one, there's a purpley red one, and then there's a more of this color red. So I used 3 of the 4 GaRon water lilies today and tried to get these brought down kind of to the point that I was in the dress. The rest of these holes up here for beads. Then I came over here where you see this new stitching. I finished out that red bow. There were one little color left in some of the sashing. And so then I came on down here with that same color, and I went ahead and did some of the stitching in the next bow until I ran out of that strand, and then I decided I wanted to do some more filling up here. So I came back and got this goldy yellow color, and I filled in the ornaments for every stitch other than the beading for those. So I filled in 3 or 4 of those. I think it was these 3, this one, and this one that I had done. So as you can tell, the skirt looks fuller and fuller and fuller as we go down. It still has a whole lot more down here to go, but it looks a lot better than it did a couple of sessions ago when it had this big gap across here that wasn't filled in. So I'm feeling good about the progress on it. I'm glad I got to stitch on it today. 331 stitches did a lot for me. And since I wasn't using it for any kind of prompt or anything, I went ahead and did those water lilies because it's a few stitches here and a few stitches here and a few stitches here. So you're stopping and starting, and that takes longer. And so I don't like to do that when I'm counting stitches for a prompt because I want to get those stitches done easily and quickly. So when I'm stitching at my leisure, that's when I try to do some of that kind of stuff. So that's my stitching so far today. Now, it is really not that late. It's 6:30 too, but my husband and I just finished dinner, and we're going to watch a couple of things on TV together tonight, make some plans for next week. It's our last week before our trip, and so we have some things we need to get done, and we're trying to kind of prioritize that and decide who's going to do what on what day and that sort of thing. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to go do that, and if I have any more time later this evening, I'll stitch. But I will go ahead and tell you that tomorrow I get to stitch with 2 friends virtually, and I'm so excited. One is my friend Mary, who lives in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and one is my friend Joanne, who lives in Canada. And the three of us try to stitch together virtually once a month. And tomorrow is our day for this month. We're trying to talk before I get on vacation so that we can squeeze it in, make sure we don't miss a whole month, you know. So I just wanted to say I'm excited about that. That'll happen in the morning, tomorrow morning, late morning. And so I can get some other things kind of out of the way in the morning. And then on Tuesday, I have a friend who's a quilter who's coming over to help me make a project bag out of one of my cross stitch pieces. So I'm pretty excited about that. Anyway, I'm hoping that we can get the bag completely done while she's here. And then I'll have a finished product by the end of the day. That would be awesome. I'd love to share it with you. So I have kind of a great week coming up, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are having a wonderful week. I hope whatever you're doing in your crafting that you're enjoying it. I hope if you're getting ready for the holidays that you're letting it be a time of joy, and take the time to make it a time of joy. Don't get so stressed out and caught up in all the hustle and bustle that you miss out on the joy of it. Hope you're having a great rest of your evening. I hope you've had a restful weekend, and I will have more to share with you next week. Happy stitching, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is November 18th, and I'm here to talk to you about my stitching today. I'm sorry, delivery or something. Coco's going crazy. I hope you can hear me over her. Anyway, my bingo call this morning was for Rudolph's Tree Farm, which is my full coverage ornament that I've been working on. And so today I pulled it out and I put 153 stitches in it. I only needed 100, but I wanted to go ahead and finish off the color I was working on. So let me show you how far I got. I hope you can see the improvement. I was able to put 3 colors in over here in the sky. And then I came over here and I put 2 colors in the roof. The white, there's a white right up under the rooftop, and then this darker gray color showing the eaves of the roof. So I got that done. So it's starting to really take shape. The next time I work on it, I think I will try to finish the little chimney here and start the trees down here, so that as I do the center barn here, I can just work my way down this way on it. So that's what my 153 stitches this morning did for it, and I'm excited to have that one worked on before I go on my trip. I was hoping, when I looked at my board last night, I thought, oh, I need them to call either number 24 or number 2, because those are on roller frames, and then I'll know that I'll have them done and out of the way, and there won't be, the rest of them are on Q-snaps. And if for any reason I was running behind, I could take it with me on my trip and catch up. But I was tickled to death when the number that was called was one of mine on a roller frame, so that I know I've got it taken care of. Love it. So I'm going to get off here really quick. I have a Zoom call with my friends Mary and Joanne here in just a few minutes, about 15 minutes. And we will be talking and stitching. So I've got to grab something that's easy to stitch on while we're chatting. And then, so that's another reason I came running up here this morning and got my stitching done for my bingo call today. That one is not one I could do easily on a telephone call because I had to watch the pattern so closely. I hope you're having a great start to your week. I certainly am. And I will talk to you as soon as I have some more to share with you. Happy stitching, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is much later on November 18th, and I have had a lovely day today. I was able to Zoom with 2 of my stitching friends and catch up with them and stitch a little bit while we were talking, and I am getting ready to get on another Zoom call tonight. I'm excited. Get to stitch a little bit more this evening with friends, but I'll be changing out my project because I was working on a prompt today. I was working on the last acrostic, the last letter of both my 24 hours of cross stitch acrostic and my daily 30 acrostic. For my 24 hours of cross stitch, I needed the letter L, and I chose that because of the title of this piece. And for the 24 hours of cross stitch, I actually needed the number 1, and it is in this piece. The number 1 is. So the L is in Let Love Reign, and the letter and the number 1 is in this little block here where it says established 1988. And that was apparently when their wedding took place. I'm going to put mine for our year that we got married, but it still has a 1 in it. So for now, this 19 will be the same, so the 1 will be there. So I had to have 300 stitches in this to hit the prompt for the daily 30 group. And I am thrilled to let you know that I did that. I did 333 stitches today, and I almost completed my house. I have this one color left in the door to do, and I'll be finished with that house, and I can move on to the tree in the middle. And then there'll be a second house, and then there'll be a mirror of this on the other side. So once I finish this row across, I can go back and bring my border down, and then I can roll everything up and start the next row. I'm seriously considering changing this piece because it is huge, and I'm thinking of future framing problems. So my thoughts are that I'm going to stitch this down to this band here, omit this border row there, or leave it, I guess. It doesn't matter. I'll replace it either here and bring this up and do the little alphabet across, and then I can do the bottom border. But what I'm thinking of leaving out is this piece right here. And I could come back and do that as a separate piece, which I think would be beautiful. I may do that down the road. But my thoughts are then this piece would be stitched down to here with the bottom border. So this will just be omitted. And then it won't be quite such a long piece. And it'll be a little bit easier for me to frame it. That's my thoughts as of right this minute. So we shall see. But that is my progress on Let Love Reign, and it completes the last 2 acrostics. So I'm through with all my acrostics as of today, which is wonderful. And that means that in addition to my bingo stitching, and bingo stitching will run to the 25th of the month, then I'm free to stitch on whatever I want. So my thoughts are right now that I'm going to grab a different project each day that I just want to push further along before next year. Or if there's any prep work I need to do for new starts, if I need to do anything to go ahead and calculate them out, maybe put the first stitch in so that it's easier to get started, I could do that. But another thing I really have to work on is my temperature tree, getting that tree and the branches done. So I am excited. The fabric arrived today for everyone else, and so I will let them know tonight that I have their fabric and try to get it in the mail to them tomorrow. So we'll all be starting it January 1st. So if you're going to do a temperature tree, feel free to start it with us. Or if you're going to do any kind of temperature chart, we're starting it in January and going to do that for the year 2025. It'll be wonderful. Well, I think that that's all my stitching that I can share so far. And probably will wait and show you tomorrow if I get anything else accomplished this evening, because we usually talk till about 10:30, and rather than record at that point, I'll probably go to bed. And then tomorrow I could jump in and talk to you a little bit more. So that's what I'm going to do. And in the meantime, till we speak again, happy stitching, everybody.
Here we go. You coming? Who is it? All right, watch out. Here he comes. It's the big boy. Oh, he's in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Santa Claus is coming to town. Who is it? Whoop.
Oh,
Gotcha.
got her in the head, Daddy.
Right up. Here he comes. Come down this way so we get him out. Ooh, that's right there. Who is it? Quick, watch out. Here he comes. Everybody head. Watch out. Here he comes. Hold the box. There's one. What do I think on that? You ready? Okay, look. Here he is. Now come on around. Who is it, Coco? Look. Woo! Ta-da! Who is it? It's the big guy. Here's his wand. Here. Goes like that, Coco. Are you watching? He's got his candy cane in already. Coco, I think that's it.
Who is that, Coco?
It's the big guy. And that's it. No, she'd rather, just like the kids, rather play with the packaging.
Yep.
Than toys.
She'd rather have the plastic.
Watch out, here he goes. We're going, oh, get back over there, Santa Claus. Where are you going? Okay, Coco, put him back over here. That's it.